magazine.
We were interviewing Cephas at his cell, and he was anxiously awaiting the bell for chow hall. And he came out, and he was walking down. We were following him. I heard some inmates scream out something. I wasn't actually sure what they had said, but his reaction was so severe. I assumed it had to have been a major insult.
What? Call me that. You talking chomo? What you mother damn said chomo? Who said chomo?
Chomo is prison slang for child molester, but it can also be used to define anyone who has a sexual offense.
We caught up with Pasco later that day. He was at the cell block microwave, preparing his evening meal.
You call that spaghetti? I call that just wet noodles.
At first, Pasco was reluctant to talk about the earlier confrontation in the hallway.
Fam, what's going on, man? It's your boy E.I. the King, and this is the Incarceration Podcast. Today, I'm doing a reaction video of one of the worst prisons in the state of Indiana, the Indiana State Prison, a maximum security prison. So before we go ahead and check out this video, man, y'all do me a favor. Like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and just go ahead and check out one of the worst prisons in the state of Indiana, a maximum security prison, Indiana State Prison. Just go ahead and check it out, y'all.
For most inmates, life boils down to 3 words. The first is respect.
You're gonna do time in prison, respect is the only thing that matters.
The second, reputation.
Every time somebody's body come messing up, they say I did. Just because I'm Duker Love.
The third, revenge.
If you cross me, I'm gonna give it to you, you know what I mean? Because I'm a good mother. You know I'm gonna beat your ass.
Just about every inmate story we tell on lockup revolves around the 3 R's: respect, reputation, and revenge. And at Indiana State Prison, we met one inmate whose story revolved around his search for all 3.
All right, real quick, man. They talking about the 3 R's. They went ahead and made that up. But for all the convicts, bro, what does the 3 G's mean? Stay away from the 3 G's. There's a quiz right here. Let me see if you can get it right. What does it mean to stay away from the 3 G's? What does the G's stand for? Let me see if y'all can get it.
During our shoot at Indiana State Prison, officials allowed us to give select inmates handheld cameras to express personal thoughts in the privacy of their cells.
My name is Cephas Pasco, CEPHISPASCO. I am a convict at the Indiana State Prison.
We learned a lot from them, including the importance of reputation in prison.
I've done the time, I've stayed out of trouble, and I'm not a punk, bitch, or any of the lesser areas of being in prison.
2 things that were notable about Cephas. He was always alone. I don't think I ever saw him hanging out with another inmate. And his fixation on food, whenever we bumped into him, he was either talking about food, looking forward to his next meal.
Breakfast is 6:15 in the morning, the chow for lunch is about 12, give or take, and supper's 5:30, give or take. They're giving us reruns, 2 nights in a row. And if I only had pork chops, I'd really be going.
He had these little rituals that he would do with his food. He would get himself almost like he was sitting in a Barca lounger at home with a big TV tray, and he'd store up his food from all day long and sit there and just eat it happily in front of the TV screen.
This is how I sit all the time when I'm watching TV. In the old days I had pork chops, I'd really put on this shit. I'd have 9, 10 pork chops, chips, whole beans laid out, 6-pack soda. Guys, damn, Pascal, you know that? Tear it up.
He said, I'ma tear it up. Big boy killing that food, man. First of all, bro, y'all go ahead and hit that hype button, because I think this is the best idea that they ever had by giving the convicts a camcorder and allowing them to kind of have like a video journal in their cell, and just to give the viewer an inside look of what it's really like being incarcerated. I feel like that's the most authentic, organic, inside look that we can get. So y'all go ahead and hit that hype button, bro, because that's That's very unique. That's dope. And I feel like there needs to be more programs, more media companies that are doing this. This to continue to humanize the incarcerated population, the men, women, and juveniles who are incarcerated, knowing that we are not defined by our past. And even at our lowest point in life, in the middle of a prison bid, our life can change through faith in Christ Jesus, and we can truly rehabilitate, mature, and grow. So y'all go ahead and hit that hype button, bro. That was pretty cool.
Well, only vice I got left.
But if we initially saw Pasco as a foodie behind bars, the footage he recorded on the camera we gave him revealed a troubled past.
I'm in prison for 60-year bid for murder. I killed my nephew's ex-wife. I was drunk, high on marijuana at the time. I'm not the boy that I was. 20 years later, I'm a man. I live my life as a man. And here I am, a convict.
By Cephas saying he was a convict, he was basically saying his crimes were not against a child or of a sexual nature against a woman, and he lives by the convict code, which in prison is a big deal.
The laws of the convict is you don't disrespect others, you don't steal, you pay your debts, you never become a punk or a bitch. I've done that. My reputation is clean.
But Pasco's status as a convict was threatened by another distinction in prison's complicated social structure.
Let us animals out so we can go eat.
We were interviewing Cephas at his cell, and he was anxiously awaiting the bell for chow hall. And he came out, and he was walking down. We were following him. I heard some inmates scream out something. I wasn't actually sure what they had said, but his reaction was so severe, I assumed it had to have been a major insult.
What? Call me that. You talking chomo? Well, you mother damn said chomo. Who the said chomo?
Chomo is prison slang for child molester, but it can also be used to define anyone who has a sexual offense.
We caught up with Pasco later that day. He was at the cell block microwave, preparing his evening meal.
You call that spaghetti? I call that just wet noodles.
At first, Pasco was reluctant to talk about the earlier confrontation in the hallway.
Let's talk out there later. Oh, I'll talk now. I've been down 20 years. I'm a murderer. I'm a convict. Nobody disrespects me like that. I got some little punk coming in. He's been in for a little time and runs his little mouth. Fine. That gets you killed in here. I'm murdered. I'm a straight up convict.
The more Cephas tried to convince us he was a convict, the more I wondered if there was something else going on.
A few days later, Pasco told us what did go on the night he committed murder.
I was at a bar drinking one night, had 9 shots of whiskey and several beers, and gave a ride to my sister-in-law, I think it is, or something like that. Nephew's ex-wife. She lured me on to the Dogtown, which is the river camps, and we started to have sex, and she backed out of it, and we got into an argument, and she started smacking me around, and I had a hair-trigger temper back then, so I just snapped on her and went off. What the hell with it? I stabbed her, I broke her neck, and smashed her skull in.
Pasco claims his rage erupted because his victim rejected him and that they never did have sex. But some of the evidence indicated otherwise.
Well, they turned it into a rape trial. They did their test, and there was a presence of spermatozoa. She was partially nude.
Suddenly, I heard an inmate off camera yell something. And Cephas's whole persona changed. What are you looking at, Cephas?
I'm marking someone.
Why?
As he just said, child molester. Break a neck. That's total disrespect for anyone in a prison, especially for somebody
convict like me that's been down for so many years, and I got some kid talking trash.
All right, y'all heard it, bro. Again, my aim on this channel, bro, is not to be negative or condemn or criticize anybody, bro, through faith in Christ Jesus. Man, the most heinous offenses, bro, can be forgiven. But of course, bro, I'm a father, you know what I mean? So those type of charges, things like that, yeah, it does hit home to me, you know what I mean? So by no means am I condoning it or saying it's okay or none of that. But one thing I want to talk about people who have those type of charges in prison, right? There's certain states they really don't check paperwork, you know what I mean? Like in Florida, that's not like a real big thing. For the most part, it's like the gangs that, you know, police their own set, making sure that everybody's paperwork's good and things like that. But when it comes to like the general population, it's not really super common where people are showing paperwork. It's just based upon how people look, or if someone comes from that county or they're from their city, or people can just assume they have those type of charges, then they'll look them up, and rather than making them check in, they'll extort them. So that's a big thing in Florida. But what I want to talk about is a lot of times, bro, some guys will slip through the cracks and they got these huge, elaborate, detailed stories about what they've done. But normally when people talk about their case a lot in like crazy detail, kind of like how bro was trying to convince the camera crew that he's such a convict, but then again, he's got like some sex offenses. Normally that's the case in prison, bro. And I was surprised at times, man, where guys would like share these elaborate, detailed situations of their case when I was kind of green, kind of new to the prison system, but then come and find out they had some crazy charges. So that's definitely a thing in prison, bro. Of course, a lot of people with those type of charges, bro, try to lie and try to cover it up and hide it. But the reality is, bro, it always comes to the light.
I know who he is, and I'll find him. I'm gonna have a little discussion with him.
Today?
No, I'll find him. I'll wait till y'all leave. When I find a guy, I'm gonna put him in the hospital. I don't kill no more, but I'm damn sure gonna maim him. That's all it is to it.
Later that night, Pasco again recorded himself on the camera we left him. He indicated that he had exacted revenge.
At one point I was doing an interview, and a bunch of wannabe inmates started yelling chomo. These idiots had to be taught a lesson. They were properly disciplined in the ways of prison etiquette.
We checked with the authorities to see if anybody had been injured that night, and there were no reports that indicated that.
But later, Pasco shifted his thoughts from his tormentors to his victim.
Many guys ask me why I'm doing this tape. The reason why is I want to leave something for my family, as well as for Rosie's family, the victim. She was a good woman, a good person, and to snuff out that light was unpardonable. This is Cephas Pasco signing off from ISP prison, Indiana State. Good luck to us all.
All right, y'all, we're going to go ahead and stop it right there. And again, bro, that's why in prison there is a saying that goes, be all you can be, just like the military. And the reason why is because, bro, in prison, people lie so much. Everybody was the biggest dope boy. Everybody had all the money in the world and all the girls in the world. Now, don't get me wrong, not everybody lies, but it's super common, bro, where people lie about a lot of things, no matter what it is. Like compulsive liars is definitely prevalent in the chain gang. And we can kind of see it right here, bro. I even honestly feel bad for the guy because he's just going above and beyond trying to like convince the media or us, the viewers, you know, that he's a convict and he's respected. But meanwhile, you know, that's not the case at all. And even to the extent to where he was lying and saying he got his revenge, you know, so it's kind of sad, bro. But then again, man, whenever people are in prison with those type of charges, man, normally that's the reality, bro. You know, so y'all go ahead and put in the comments, man, any convicts from the state of Indiana who have been to the Indiana State Prison. Let me hear about your experience in the comments. How many years have you done there? What was it like? Was it live? Was it crazy? and put the details in the comments. So look, family, it's your boy EI the King, and this is the Incarceration Podcast. And family, look, I got a fire HBO style series on the full episode playlist. It's a chronological journey of my 12 years in prison. It's called The Incarceration. Season 1 has been out, but season 2 is just now coming out. But to access it, you have to become an all access member to this channel. And this is a preview clip of season 2 right here. Despite whatever dire, ill, chaotic situations that we face in life, there's something about our human nature where we learn not only how to adapt to survive, we also learn how to adapt to make it not only livable but enjoyable, even when there's people being stabbed, jumped, and extorted on a daily basis right in front of you, right next to you. I remember one of the first things that I began to do to make time pass and to have fun. Me, naturally, I'm a goofball. I'm a weirdo. I'm crazy. I'm immature. I like to play around and have fun. As I remember when everybody would lock down, for certain counts throughout the day. I believe it's a 6 a.m. count, the 12 p.m. count, another 6 p.m. count, and then the 10 p.m. count, which is lockdown. Besides where if you have a late night on a Friday or Saturday night, you get to come out until 1 o'clock in the morning. But during these count times when they lock you down in your cell, you have to wait in your cell till the police walk by, counting everybody in their cell throughout the entire prison to make sure nobody escaped. So one thing I used to do pretty much every count besides the mornings, I was too tired for that, is I would go to my door and yell out the little crack at the door, "This is the worst summer camp ever!" And also, if you didn't know, man, I am a rapper. My artist name is EI the King. You can find my music wherever you listen to your music at. Go to my artist YouTube channel, EI the King, to check out my music videos. Follow me on Instagram, EI the King, TikTok, EI the King Official, and family. I got 3 other YouTube channels. My official artist channel, EI the King. Go check out my music videos, Real Crime Stories Unlocked, and my newest channel, Low Budget Traveling, where I'm sharing with you, all fellow convicts and everyday average American, that it is possible for you and I to travel abroad internationally on a low budget. All the links are going to be at the end of this video. Go ahead and click those links. It's going to take you to my new channels. Subscribe, follow, check out the content. It's fire. And family, we're on the journey to 100,000 subs. Right now we're at 60K. I appreciate all the day one viewers and day one subscribers. If you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and do so now. Y'all do me a favor, go ahead and like this video. Y'all do me an even greater favor and go ahead and hype this video. And for all the convicts watching, man, if you done time in a county jail, state prison, federal prison, you want to share your incarcerated experiences, email me at eithekingbooking@gmail.com or DM me on Instagram at eitheking_. As I interview you, I'll post your interview up on this channel. If you got a YouTube channel, social media, whatever you want to promote, I'll allow you to promote it throughout the interview. And family, I just dropped a new song. The single is called Background. Wherever you listen to your music, look up EI the King. Go ahead and check out the new single Background. Add it to your playlist, save it. I would greatly appreciate it. And y'all stay tapped in for more fire content to continue to come your way. It's your boy EI the King, and I'm out. Peace.